All right, fastest 15 minutes on the internet, fastest 15 minutes in social media. My name is Judson Powell, and so I want to continue first of all to talk about this coronavirus thing because there have been some new developments, some new stories that have come out, and so I kind of want to say this, and this is basically to Black people, to Africans, and the descendants of Africans, and I have a totally different viewpoint right now than I had at the beginning. And I'm not taking it lightly. I'm not taking it, but I'm going back to where I started. It's a hoax. It's completely a hoax. And I think that, the depopulation agenda is real. The depopulation agenda is real. And here's the thing. It was just like I said, do not let you need to understand this on your own. Do not let these people kill you. All right? And when I say that, I'm being serious. Do not let these people kill you. All of the people that are dying are receiving the wrong treatment protocol. They are not receiving the correct treatment protocol. I know, and you can say what you want. I know I'm not a doctor, but I viewed a lot of videos about people that have survived. Black, white, all different races of people that have survived. And there are a few things that they all have in common. And one of the things is first of all, no ventilators. There was a lady, there was an article by the Daily Mail that I saw today, and it was a nurse who said that ventilators are killing people. This is one of the things that I said early on. Like a month ago, I said that, in fact, I put a post up on my timeline. You can go back on my timeline, and what did I say? I was like, ventilators will kill you. They're only going to prolong your life, make you breathe easier until you die. Okay, and that's it. They're not going to cure it. Once again, everybody, I got flack for talking about the cold arrest protocol. The cold arrest protocol seems to be the one that's working because everybody who did that cold arrest protocol actually worked. Once again, I got on my timeline, like I said, the lady and the gentleman from the cruise ship who survived. All those other people, a lot of other people on that ship died. Why? Because they put them on ventilators. They allowed them to go on ventilators. He talked about what? He talked about holistic treatments and breathing exercises. Okay? Breathing exercises. When they told him that his lung capacity was diminished, he started doing breathing exercises, which increased his lung capacity and what? And destroyed the virus. All right? So, the heat, hot liquids, all of these things were the things that were working. The same thing with all of these foreign doctors. They were the United States medical establishment, including Dr. Fauci and also President Trump and everybody else who was involved in that. They told us that not to listen to those things, that they wouldn't work. At one point, the governor of Florida had talked about the cold arrest procedure, and people laughed at him. All right. And then they tried to come out and say that there was like 1,000, there were 1,000 new cases. But once again, the serology studies do not bear that out. And serology is nothing but the science of knowing whether or not somebody was either previously infected or is a carrier of the disease. And the tests that they are doing are not for that. The other thing is we've had multiple reports of what? Of people that have said, oh, yeah, everybody that dies, they're actually giving out more money if you list the cause of death as COVID-19. But here's the thing. You cannot figure out whether or not it was COVID-19 unless the person was pre-tested or unless there was an autopsy done on the person, which is not being done. All right. And in New York State, once again, New York State is a little bit different animal because there are so many infections and there's so much of the infection that is airborne. All right. And because of the weather, up until now has been cold. All right. So we're talking about all of these different, different elements that are going into this. So the first thing that I would suggest is, if you feel like you're symptomatic, is to heat it up. And I've been saying this: heat your body up. Heat your body up. Do not allow this disease to overtake your body. And if heat will kill it, and that's why they discredited the Cuban doctors. They tried to discredit the Dominican doctors. They're trying to discredit the African doctors. And here's the other thing: they're trying to run tests on vaccinations now, state by state. They're trying to force you to take a vaccine. All right. The vaccine, once again, this is an endemic virus, meaning that it has always been here and it will always be here. The only thing that they did was they mutated it. All right. So there are a lot of people who carry coronavirus. There are a lot of carriers. So just because you test positive does not mean that you're symptomatic or that you're going to die. All right. But that's how they pump up the numbers in the media, because what do? Oh, so many people tested positive. Okay, that could be. And now the whole thing is African Americans are not receiving the same treatment. We've had 3 or 4 nurses. It's starting off with one. Number one was that black nurse, and she came out and she was like, this is not what you think it is. And then, boom, next thing you know, okay, now we've had, in the last couple of days, we've had 2 nurses in New York who have said that they are allowing people to die. That they are allowing people to die. That they are not properly treating these people. And one nurse, she even taught that. She's like, look, I realize that everybody might not survive, but of course, if you give the wrong treatment, the person has less of a chance to recover. And they're not trying to help you recover. What they're trying to do is pad the numbers so that they can sell this vaccine to you. So that's why I say, and once again, I go back to the story of Minister Farrakhan when he contracted cancer, and he was like, look, don't take me to a white doctor. Take me to somebody who's going to heal me and get me healthy. And that's what happened. And I'm not, and anytime we start getting the same report over and over again, and everybody keeps on talking, these are not conspiracies. These are people dying. And they're dying because of the treatment protocol. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's happening. All right. Everybody keep on talking all this conspiracy theory stuff. Look, people are dying, y'all. They're dying, and they're black people. And now I want to talk about something else that's also going along with this. All of a sudden, what did I say yesterday? You start seeing the ratcheting up of the murder of black people in the street, okay, by police officers. This ain't got nothing to, okay, and what is it? It's the lynching of the day. In the last couple of days, I've seen at least 5 stories of African Americans, black folks, whatever you want to say, all right, however you want to, classify us, they have been murdered, including that young man down in Georgia. We have other reports. So all of a sudden now in the media, because they want to take the attention off the coronavirus, they started killing us again, like in the streets. And that's all it is. That literally is all it is. The lynching of the day. And lynchings and that type of thing are what? They're created to incite fear. Just like this virus. Just like the murder hornets. All of this stuff, and now there's a snowstorm and all this kind of stuff, all created to make you fearful. And I just wish that everybody would open their eyes and see what's actually going on. And like I said, all of these things, they're things that can easily be prevented or I mean, killer horn, murder hornets, kill the hornets. It's like, you mean to tell me there's nothing out there that can eradicate these hornets? I mean, there are pest control companies everywhere. So you mean to tell, and the other thing is, like I put on my timeline, how did they get from Asia all the way over here? That they're infestation and they're swarming like they is supposedly swarming. And everybody has like one of them. I've yet to see a video of like a bunch of them together, but everybody has like one or whatever. Okay, and they got it. And then this one scientist, he actually let one bite him, and he lived. So that's what I'm trying to say. A lot of this stuff is just fear. All right. So keep your immune system up. That's what this is all about. Viral, and once again, you have to understand. Now they're discrediting Dr. Malkovich. They're discrediting her, saying that she's a liar and all this kind of stuff. And the reason why they're doing that is because if you believe what she says, then you're not fearful. And she said that they're purposely that depopulation, black depopulation is one of the goals of everything that's going on. And they said that, so now black people are saying, oh, she's a liar. One of my good friends said, called her a liar straight up. And I was like, well, but it's happening. You could call her a liar, but you can see that it's actually happening. And now they're trying to get this vaccination into Africa. And why are they so obsessed with getting this vaccination into Africa? Think, y'all. Why are they obsessed with trying to get Africans this vaccination? And Africa has the least amount of cases on the planet. I mean, that's what I'm saying. People, we are not thinking. We are completely 100% into emotion right now. Everybody's into emotion. Calm down, sit down, and think. Free thinking. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to scare us away from what? From free thinking. And Mr. Arbery's murder and all of these things, it's like, how in the world can you murder somebody on video in cold blood and you still walking around on the street and nobody has thought to arrest you? And there's more than just local authorities. The state of Georgia has a Georgia Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, the Justice Department. All kinds of people have the authority to lock murderers up. Not just that sheriff. And the other thing is, and then the sheriff put out a letter talking about it was justified. Justified. That's what I'm saying, y'all. They are trying to kill us. Stop. Do not, and if I were you, and and I'm saying you have to do what's best for you, but in my case, if something happened, I'm not going to the hospital. I'd rather have my wife take care of me. All right? I'm not going and allowing nobody to touch me. Unless, it's got to be some dire. And then how many people were like, okay, one day, and then the next day they're in the hospital. And once they get in the hospital, it's like, boom, they're dead. And they got the COVID-19. Really? And then black doctors are saying, well, it's not even really that bad of a virus. And now they got rumors floating around that there's there's a mutation that's even more contagious and whatever. It's like, so that's why you have to get your immune system together. Get your immune system together. Hot liquids, stuff that kills viral things in your body. All right, turmeric, garlic, ginger. Oh, and that's the other thing. And then Kroger Corporation, Kroger Corporation came out and put an ad on the internet talking about don't use holistic, basically be careful about using holistic medicines and using things. Look, food is medicine. That's why it's the Food and Drug Administration. Food is medicine, y'all. What you eat, you are what you eat. Food is medicine. Stop letting them give you the okie doke. Get that stuff, and I got a whole bunch of friends on there. There's people out there that got stuff. Listen to them. Don't listen to these people trying to kill you. Fastest 15 minutes is up. I love you. I love you, y'all. That's why I do this. I don't do it. I'm not getting paid. I do it because I love you. Don't let them kill you.